Alright, boom, I'm back. You know what I mean? Oop, threaded it in a pipe and broke it. Oops. Okay, anyway, we are at the donor shell and I've got myself pretty much everything that I need to fix mine that is usable off this shell. So this is all rotted out around here. This is actually for my boy. A whole rear pocket, which will need some repair, but this is much better than mine. Obviously, this whole thing is still in one piece. In the support brace, which runs at the top here. Another one here. We might not even need this one. And then this tub, which, oh, and this fuel flap opener doesn't work on my car. This section, which is completely rotted out on my car, as well as down here. So these panels look nice. Need a bit of repair, of course, but much better than what I'm working with on my car. So we're gonna grab these, and these are gonna get slapped on. Okay, I'm on the voiceover cam, so we're gonna start stripping my car now. And what I'm doing here is just drilling some pilot holes with a 2mm drill bit, taking out the little reinforcement plate that sits in the boot. That reinforcement plate ties into both the inner quarter and the main structure of the car and ties it into the rear pocket. So it's important we get that out so we can actually replace our rear pocket. So I just showed you guys the spot weld drill bit that's going in next after we've drilled all our pilot holes, so we can really cut those spot welds out. There's really a lot of those things in the car. I mean, trust me, drilling out spot welds is not fun, and I've done the hard work for you guys. You know, you just got to watch the little short clips of me drilling these out. But I mean, I've spent at least a good couple of hours just drilling out spot welds. I mean, it's got to be over a couple of hours. And I mean, I'm not even doing that much. This is just on my car taking out what, 2 panels, 3 panels, 4 panels. I mean, it's not really a lot, and they're all small panels too, so you can imagine how many it took to actually get the quarter off. That was a crazy amount. I did say something like 100 spot welds. It's crazy. But yeah, here we're getting the splitter in between the seam of the spot welds, and we're just splitting them off the car. So we got the top one split. Now we're going to split one of the bottoms. I actually left one of the spot welds in because I couldn't tell where it was because of the corrosion, so I just hit it a little bit with the splitter, and then we're just going to go ahead and wiggle it off, you know, nice and easy. Make it easy for ourselves instead of drilling out stuff we can't see. So you can see the corrosion when the camera decides to focus. Alright, now we got it to focus, so you can see the corrosion behind that, in between the seam already. And you know, we're already here, so we might as well just get rid of everything. It wouldn't have been good to leave that in the car, so we're going to chuck that bracket away. We've got a good one off the other car. Already prepped that with a sandblaster. You can just see how clean that is in comparison. Copper primed in the back, ready to be welded on. That's how it should look like, not with all that corrosion on there, man. Alright, so we've got that pocket off. This bracket for the pocket. Next, we're going to want to attack this. We want to get the wheel off, and then we're also going to get these plug welds through to get this tub out. So we've got some spot welds here. Then we have some spot welds underneath some seam sealer here for the pocket. And then we also have some spot welds coming like that. So we're going to clean all that area up, find the spot welds, drill them out, and get ready to remove that pocket and get ready to put the new one in. Alright, so more spot welds, as you can imagine. More to come. So first things first, we've got to clean that area down, you know. We've got to know what we're working with. So I believe there's 5 of these little stupid spot welds at the back of this car that tie in the rear pocket into the, well, I don't even know what it's called. The rear piece of the car, the rear balance, I don't know. Behind the rear bumper anyway, there's a couple of spot welds. So we have 2 at the bottom, 3 more going up, and then there's 1 all the way at the top. So again, same story. We're going to drill our holes with a little pilot drill bit, 2mm. And then after that, we're going to go in with our spot weld drill bit and fully cut the spot welds out. As you can see, I'm really struggling with that drill bit. I mean, it's a tiny ass drill bit, and it's still taking forever. And then you got to go over it with the spot weld drill bit again, so you got to go 2 passes every single time. You know, take out some spot welds if you want to make it easy for yourself. And as you can see here, there's 4, 5 spot weld, and you could see Mama creeping in the back. And now we're looking at the inside of the car. So this is the top part of the pocket. This also has a multitude of spot welds. I believe it was 5 or 6 in total. I'm just trying to point them out with my finger, but as I'm watching it back now, I can see they're barely visible on camera. Those were really hard to see. So I've already saved some time. You ain't got to watch me draw those out, because it would have been hard to see anyway with all the germane in the way, you know, in front of the camera. So we're just getting out the last spot welds with the chisel and splitter, just separating everything as we go along, you know, breaking the last one here, and you can see now the pocket's free from the inside. And now it's time to wiggle, you know. Now we got to just wiggle it out. You can actually see through the holes in the back as the pocket is moving. So one of the spot welds was still holding it on, so I had to actually wiggle it quite a bit to break that free in the end, even though I had drilled out the spot weld, but it must have not been fully. Woo. Knocked the goddamn camera over. Holy shit. Mama! Hello, Mama! Rotten. Look at that. Take the whole pocket out, replace that. As you can see, that's been badly repaired already. So might as well just take the whole thing out. Okay, the pocket is out, as you can tell. Next, this piece needs to come off, but we won't be able to take the whole thing off. So I'm actually going to just cut across here, maybe here around here, just before this, and remove the spot welds and just take that section off, so we can cut underneath here and replace that whole section up until here to make life easier, so we don't have to mess around. You know what I mean? All right. So a couple more spot welds, and then we'll be good to go. And we're back again with the voiceover and more spot welds, because we like spot welds. Nah, just joking. So we're taking out the other spot welds we had already actually drilled for the support piece. There's another layer here again, which ties in the tub to the main frame of the car. So we are drilling those out as well. Need to get those out the way. Then we're drilling out this little top support piece as well, because we need that out of the way so we can cut the tub out of the way. So we've already drilled our pilot holes. We're just going over it on camera with the spot weld drill bit. Get them out nice and quick for you guys, you know what I mean? Cutting them all out because we don't like no spot welds. Now I've cut all the spot welds out for that little support bracket at the top. I can go ahead and grind it out with a grinder, so I'm pretty much just cutting it in half. I've separated the spot welds at the bottom, and now once I cut it in half, that thing will just pretty much wiggle off really easy. As you can see, wiggle off nice and easy. You can see a little bit of surface corrosion at the bottom there. It's a good job we got that off as well. Clean that up nicely before it goes back on the car. You know, I can see it's quite dusty under that piece because obviously you can't get to it. And now it's time to split some more spot welds with our chisel. This is a amazing tool. I mean, I've always used a screwdriver up until this point, but I decided to just buy a spot weld splitter, and let me tell you, it saves a lot of time using that thing. It's better than a screwdriver, that's for sure. But yeah, now we're cutting the tub. We're gonna get rid of that tub, man. You can see the rust holes in there, man. It looks terrible, man. And we got to get that new tub on there, you know what I mean? So we're just cutting the tub off nice and easy. I didn't actually draw a line to cut along. I just winged it, to be honest, because I have the other piece which goes up until the plug weld in the car. So I thought, you know, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Let's just cut it how it is. And luckily I didn't mess it up. I mean, I did cut a little close at the bottom right here, but To be honest, it's not that big of a deal. You know, I can just adjust for that with my spare panel. So we'll just cut it through the last bit here, and now it wiggles right off. That's how we want it. So we get this piece off, and I'm afraid that is the end of the episode for you guys. So I'm gonna have to check in with you guys for next time. Make sure you stay tuned for them replacement panels getting bolted on, and I'm gonna catch you next time. Peace.